Hello everybody, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Thursday, it's bin day, rubbish collection day here in United Kingdom. It's been raining outside, so another damp, dreary, not very nice day. Typical British weather. So I'm here in my flat in Rochester, Kent, Medway, which is in Great Britain. So yeah, the weather is miserable again. I've just made myself a cup of pineapple herbal tea, and I don't feel cold this morning. That's one thing. No, because when it rains it's usually milder, so I'm not having to put the heating on. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1472, the cash-strapped King of Norway pawned the Orkney and Shetland Islands to the King of Scotland, as security for a dowry he was unable to pay. What the residents of the islands had to say on the matter is not known, but I suspect they were unimpressed.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:24 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday, the 20th of February.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Right now in Rochester, it's 9 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has showers, with a high of 12 degrees and a low of 9 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
What's the smallest biscuit? Shortbread.
And Alexa, who was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 20th of February include Ivana Trump, Mitch McConnell, Roy M. Cohen, Olivia Rodrigo, and Rihanna.
Alexa, who is Rihanna?
Robin Rihanna Fenty is a Barbadian singer, businesswoman and actress. She is the best-selling female recording artist of the 21st century by Guinness World Records and the highest certified female digital single artist by the Recording Industry Association of America.
Alexa, what are some of the songs that Rihanna sung?
Some songs by Rihanna and Mickey Echo are Stay, Breaking Dishes, Don't Stop the Music, and We Found Love.
And Alexa, how old is Rihanna?
Rihanna is 37 years old.
Right, I remember Rihanna way back in the early 2000s. I do. I used to sing a lot of her songs and dance to them when I was younger. Alexa, can we sing Happy Birthday?
Here's a station based on Happy Birthday by Kids Now.
Well, that is not the happy birthday I wanted. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is it today. Normally Alexa will sing it, but she put me through to this channel and it said happy birthday Matthew for some reason. Alexa has a mind of her own and I think she's got a funny sense of humour. There you go. I'm sure there is a Matthew out there whose birthday it is. She is saying happy birthday Matthew. So guys, it's wet and it's rainy. When I came home last night from walking Max, I just sat down and I relaxed. I just sat down and watched the telly and kept myself to myself. TikTok. There are a lot of people that watch my videos in California, America, and on YouTube as well. So I get a lot of people talking to me from America, USA. So I'll just say good morning to them, good afternoon, whatever it is, and be polite. So I was getting messages from all different people. It's nice to make friends with people in different countries. I mean, if they're nice and polite and they're not taking the piss, that's fair enough. So I just really watched the telly, played a couple of my games. I like my puzzle games, so I like to keep my mind active in my old age, you know. So Scrabble Go, I watch quiz shows on television. I like The Chase. Quizzes which tax your brain. Lingo, is it? Mixed words. I'm always doing my crosswords and my puzzles in my puzzle books. And I'm just trying to distract myself from things that get me all triggered up and get me going, because I don't want to be like that anymore. So that is what I'm trying to do, you know, just keep my mind active, but not in a negative way. The stuff still goes on, the street theatrics, people trying to rub me up the wrong way, taking the piss. It's just O2 telling me I need to top up my phone. It's going to have to wait. That's 15 quid. Topping up O2. I have to wait till next week. I've got Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is all topped up. I paid the hyper optic bill. It's so funny when BT Broadband knocked my door. I've got hyper optic. It's just weird what goes on in people's minds. I think it's somebody that thinks that I you know, well, I don't know, sending blokes to my door again. I just dealt with that. Don't answer the door. Simple. Don't answer it. If you don't want drama, just don't answer the door. Obviously, if it's police, fire, ambulance, they're going to bash the door down. So, but if it's just like random guys ringing the buzzer, I don't answer it. It's just a waste of time. And what if someone did start pestering the emergency services and you were out? They bang down the door. You come over to your door bashed in, right? Why these idiots do things like that, I have not got a clue. So I'm just going to get the tea, guys. A cup of tea. Pineapple tea this morning. Pineapple. I hope everybody has a lovely day today. I can't get my tablet to work, so I'm dying to watch a Netflix film, but I can't. And it used to bring up all the news, didn't it? Keep me up to date with the news. It's just packed in. It won't come on. It's pissed me off as well because it cost a lot of money. Just won't turn on. I used to sing as well. I like singing, and I can't do that. Well, I can, but it's not as good on the phone as it was on the tablet, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so today it's pretty much the same, but I'm feeling better and more confident than I was, even though this belittling, making fun and crap goes on. I am still trying to keep positive and ignore it. I mean, it does feel like my life is a comedy show, and it did with my father when he went to work with the strange people in his workplace. And I met some of them. So how long this is been going on for, I don't know. Certainly while my dad was alive. Yeah, he had strange people at his workplace with funny health predicaments and funny names. So it seems to have continued into my life. Yeah, it just feels like it's a comedy show and it's not funny. It's not funny at all. My dad used to get pissed off and angry and shout. And it got to the point where he physically grabbed somebody and threw him out the room because he was getting pissed off with it. Just people doing stupid, crappy things. You see, you mustn't get triggered. My dad used to get triggered all the time, and it made him angry. I mean, my mum's done it to me. She said, "The sound of your voice, Janesta, it makes me sick." And I thought, I mean, that's the pot calling the kettle black for a start. I mean, really? God knows, maybe it started with my mum. She was interested in Elvis Presley and she joined his fan club in America when she was a young woman. How do I not know this has started with my mother? The American element as well. That does make me cross as well when people call you names and they're you know, I mean, when someone says I don't like the sound of your voice, but they ring you up on the phone to listen to it, I mean, really? Just make a fool of yourself. Yeah, I know it did its job because I just sat indoors for 2 or 3 days, afraid to speak. Oh, granted, my mother wasn't very well, but that just gave her an excuse to full blast have a go at me, didn't it? Without me able to defend myself. Okay, I hope it made her feel better. Now she's being silly, wishing me good luck as if I'm going to go somewhere, and I obviously haven't got the finances to do so. It's not easy just to move out of a property. You need to have money, right? You know, I wouldn't private rent because you haven't got the, at least when you're with the council, they do some of the repairs. They don't do all of the repairs that they used to do, but they do some of them. And your boiler gets checked, and if you have got a repair, you know, they're there for you. So I wouldn't trust private landlords myself. I've had them in the past, and the state of the property, they don't even care about their own property or the tenant, just the rent, and they can put it up when they want and get you out of the property when they want, because when you're with the council, they have to go through a process. They can't just chuck you out on the street, but a private landlord can, and usually does. So, you know, my mum is silly because I cannot just move like that. You also need money to get removal men. You need like 2 or 3 weeks deposit on this flat. You just can't move and go. Not unless you're going to stay with a relative or something. You can't just up and go. It's like, good luck for the future. I mean, where's that coming from? Where am I supposed to be going? Really? Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Unlock exclusive features and content from LBC and even join the conversation.
Send a comment to LBC.
Just say, ask Global Player to link my account.
So to other calls, nothing to me. You told your story brilliantly. And again, best wishes obviously to you, your brother and to your mum. And good luck with what you're trying to achieve there. More calls coming in on the care. I'll say again, who cares for the carers? No one. And it's hardly surprising then in the survey that we started, that we referenced at the beginning of this conversation, these serious emotional health concerns are up by virtually 30% in a 12-month period. 27%, almost a third. 8:37. Shall we go to other matters? How easy is it to be a Christian in this country at the moment? When we talked the other day, was it yesterday, about the extraordinary news that the remake, well, not the remake, but a Jesus Christ Superstar is going to play in Los Angeles in the summer. And the person who's going to play the role is Cynthia Erivo from Wicked, who is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, but obviously is a woman. Well, I by the way, as I said yesterday, I don't expect Jesus Christ to be blonde hair with blue eyes. I think that depiction has been a little bit, quite rightly, rubbish. But is it why can't we have Christ as a bloke? What's the drama there? And I speak about the difficulty in Christianity because days before the Christmas break, 7 years ago, senior teachers at a secondary school in Gloucestershire ordered one of their administrators to attend a disciplinary meeting. The reason she was there was in part informed by her faith. Then for 6.5 hours, Christy Higgs was told she was a neo-Nazi extremist, their words, for sharing her beliefs about LGBT relationships in two private social media posts. She's been a pastoral administrator at the Farmores School in Fairford, and that threw her and her family into a 3-year-long battle that finally ended at the Court of Appeal when it was ruled she had been wrongfully dismissed. The background is that Higgs had accepted an invitation to come to the school and review books that were going to be used. She noted one publication, My Princess Boy, which is from 2009 and is a picture book, tells the story of a boy who likes to wear a tiara and dresses. She also had issues with Red, a crayon story which tells the story of a crayon who suffers an identity crisis. Higgs told teaching staff she thought the books contained transgender themes she's considered inappropriate for her son, who was aged 8 at the time. That then effectively kicked it off. Well, here's a little of what she said, as I said, speaking outside of the Royal Courts of Justice, having been completely cleared.
Expressing biblical Christian teaching on gender and sexuality may appear to be offensive to those who hold the opposite views, but as today's judgment signals, Christians have a right to express their beliefs publicly. This is not just about me. Too many Christians have suffered discipline or marginalisation at their work because of their Christian faith.
Well, let's put that to Tim Dieppe, who's head of public policy at Christian Concern, and Christian Concern are involved in their funding and support for the woman in this case. How easy is it to be a Christian today? Good morning.
Morning, Nick. Well, thank you for introducing and explaining that case very well. And it's kind of shocking that it took 6 years of legal fighting to get to this position where Christy Higgs is now vindicated, and the Court of Appeal ruled that she had been discriminated against for her expression of her Christian beliefs, which include obviously that transgender ideology should not be taught to young children in primary schools. Widely shared beliefs across society, not just by Christians as well, of course. And this is a very significant protection for free speech for Christians. She posted this, as you said, on her private Facebook account, even in her maiden name, not the name that she goes by in her work. And yet somebody in her friendship group on Facebook reported her to school that had this extraordinary investigation and her being dismissed for gross misconduct. And so I'm very pleased by this result. I think it will set an important precedent. I think it will help other cases that we have coming up. For example, the case of Reverend Dr. Bernard Randall, who worked as a chaplain in a school and in a school chapel service, preached a sermon where he said, you are free to disagree with LGBT ideology if you want to. He didn't even say it was wrong. He just said, you're free to disagree. You can choose what you believe. And he was sacked as well in his and lost his job for that some years back. And his case is pending appeal, and they wanted to wait for Higgs' case, this particular case, to reach judgment before they got there. And I think this will support his case very substantially. But we've had various other people who this has happened to. Felix Nagole got expelled from university for a similar thing, posting on Facebook, his belief that marriage between a man and a woman, and that sexual expression is there for that. And he got dismissed for that, and again won his case in the Court of Appeal. Keith Waters, again, tweeted about pride is inappropriate for children. Again, dismissed. Again, we won his case in employment tribunals for discrimination. So hopefully these cases are starting to show employers you can't just dismiss somebody for saying something you don't like. And another city, and it's good for everyone, not just for Christians, because you should be able to express your
Yes.
political, moral, and religious views in social media without risk of losing your job.
What strikes me, Mr. Dieppe, is that during a 6.5-hour grilling in a hotel room, Ms. Higgs was told that she was a neo-Nazi extremist. Now, normally I think when you start employing the word Nazi, you've probably lost the argument. But you're telling me that she was effectively dobbed in by someone who informed on her. That surely is the activity of the Nazis, where you encourage family members or friends to dob each other in, isn't it?
Well, and she did that anonymously as well, so we still don't even know who that person is who reported that to the school where she worked in. So yes, it's kind of extraordinary, and the school would then sort of go to this extent of launching a full investigation and then doing this kind of extraordinary sort of grilling and likening her to a neo-Nazi. I mean, it is unbelievable, and it's incredible that the case had to go all the way up to Court of Appeal in order to show that she had been discriminated against.
Well, well done for offering her the support she required. Thank you, Tim Dieppe, Head of Public Policy at Christian Concern. You are calling about that. How easy or otherwise is it to be a Christian in this country at this time? But let's get one more call in on caring now, because Sandra's in Hampstead have been hanging on the line. And we're talking about your husband, is that right? Good morning.
That's right, Nick. I had spoken to you before, actually, when you were hosting Esther Ransom on 50th Day.
Oh, yes, I remember. Yep, of course. Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, so my husband passed away 2 months ago, but I have to speak about how little care carers get, how little support they get from the very beginning.
Go ahead.
So, the very beginning, my husband was diagnosed with vascular dementia. His journey took 5.5 years. You are given appointments in the beginning to have medication, to try and get the medication right. And then after a little while, you're told, well, that's it now. The doctor will now prescribe you medication, and that's it. You are left completely alone to sink or swim. It's really very difficult. I've spoken to my doctor's surgery about this, and they agree that actually where it should begin is at the doctor's surgery. There ought to be the same way as there is an Age UK, if you like, but as soon as somebody has that situation where they are struggling, they should be able to talk to someone who can actually give some support, guide you, because there is no textbook on it.
And then what would happen after that?
You need obviously support, the National Health Support. I did eventually get an Admiral nurse. I don't know, do you know about Admiral nurses?
I do, vaguely. Yes, just tell us. Yes, tell us
okay.
about that organisation.
Admiral nurse was amazing. That was given to me by Barnet Carers, by Barnet Memory Clinic. She was amazing because she helps the carer. She helps guide you to day-to-day things. And I think it's actually through her that my husband was put on palliative care by the hospice, not in the hospice. I cared for him at home the whole time. That is a 24/7, 7-day-a-week care. Yes, I had carers coming in from the NHS. The Admiral nurse gave me support by seeing me once a month to go through things. You have to not only worry about feed and care and be with your loved one, but you also have to worry about being able to access incontinent pants, bed shoes, medication. There is so much that you don't know, and to find these things out. I'm strong enough, although I have to tell you, after my journey, I never took a pill before this. I've taken antidepressants, statin, blood pressure pill, all of these things, which I believe wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had the stress of looking after my husband.
Sandra, you did an amazing job, thank you. And good to hear from you again, although obviously it's distressing for you to discuss it. But those who aren't aware, Admiral nurses, as in the naval rank, specifically work in the field of dementia and provide care and support. So that's the nursing band that Sandra referenced. A complete change of pace coming up in the next hour. The moment play was stopped at the Dubai Championship, Emma Raducanu spotted a man who she'd already encountered and had shown strange signs towards her. Imagine she's playing tennis in a crucial match and he's in one of the front rows.
It doesn't look good, does it, for Raducanu? Appears to be in tears here. This is very, very concerning. Something has happened and I'm not sure what it is.
Well, no criticism of commentator Candy Reid-Harrop there, because no one really knew apart from the umpire. But if you are almost certainly a woman, I'm sure it does happen with blokes, but more likely, let's be candid with each other. And at whatever age you have had some issues of stalking, how do you stop the stalker? That's in the next hour. The 8:45 LBC News headlines are read by Thomas Watts.